What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Draft Dude here in all caps. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and follow the instructions you see in front of you, and let's get on with this video. So essentially, it's going to be a quick, probably not quick, might be a bit long, might run long. Try to do it all in one take. It's going to be how to make a title block in CAD. Maybe you just want to update a title block you have existing, and I've seen people just straight up paste text onto a block like this, something like that. But I'm going to show you how to just pretty much from scratch how to create a title block and have your attribute window so you can just fill it all out from one prompt box. It's a lot easier. So essentially what you're going to want to look for when you start a title block, maybe you have one hooked up. Pretty generic one I got down here, but you're going to want to know what kind of title block you're shooting for. Maybe a full side panel like this, a smaller panel like that, corner panel like that, or maybe a full bottom panel. And then you're going to want to know your paper size. So essentially whatever your drawings are getting printed on, whatever size paper they're usually going to be printed on for whoever's using them, or unless you have a standard, that's usually what you want to make your CAD block. Your CAD title block with the dimensions of that. You want that to be in CAD. So whenever you're working with scaling, say you have, usually I'm in I print out 11 by 17. So usually when someone has a drawing that I made, it's an 11 by 17. So the scale is a lot easier. So it's true to size. So if I have something that couldn't fit on the paper, like some kind of enclosure or just something you did, and you have to scale up the title block to kind of fit it in there, then you could take your scale factor and you could plug it into your scale block, and they can actually measure on the paper and get an accurate measurement. So usually I'm in ANSI B or ANSI D. So you just want to make sure you know what are your customers usually printing, what paper are they usually printing on, and you kind of want to stick to that title block for scaling purposes. So just go ahead and get into it. I got a basic one here. You could definitely have some more options on here, but usually you're going to have who the drawing's for, your client, customer. You're usually going to have your company name on there, who you are, who you work for, show who made the drawing. Maybe they'll throw a logo on there, company logo. You're going to have your revisions. Usually it's about 4 revisions is the usual standard. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 0, 1, 2, 3. This one has 7. You'll have scale on there usually, especially if you're drawing things with dimensions. You'll want to scale. So whenever they again print that out on a piece of paper and they go ahead and measure it, they get an accurate measurement if needed. Usually you have your who drew it, you're drawn by. Go ahead and just change that to drawn by. So, and it's I've had some where it's drawn by who checked it, maybe who's the engineer behind it, who's the project manager of the project. This box is usually going to be your title description of the drawing. I usually have about 3 lines here, just what is just the description of what the drawing is actually for. And then you usually have your drawing number. Especially if you have a big package of drawings, you usually want to just be able to organize those with an index of such. You have a revision number. Usually it's numbers for actually sending out to the customer, and then if it's in-house, usually it stays in the letters. It's a pretty basic setup here. So once you decide what kind of title block you want to go for, the size and everything you want, I think this is going to be an ANSI D. Yeah, this is an ANSI D size. That's what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll fill in this stuff later, all these boxes for the attributes. All the text I have on there right now is static, permanent text. It's not going to change. So you want to put that in beforehand. These are all just lines and text. So go ahead and build your title block. I'm not going to go through the time of putting this all together, but just build with your lines and your text, and then any of the permanent text you're going to put in here in CAD like this. And then you're going to take all this, you're going to come up here, hit create, block tab, home tab, block panel, hit create. You're going to turn it into a block. Just going to call test title block. You're going to specify on the screen where you want your base point to be whenever you insert it, and where the mouse cursor is. And objects, we already selected them, so we don't need to select any. And we're converting it to a block. Your units, I work in inches. You can have it annotative, scale uniformly, allow for exploding. You never know what you might run into. And go ahead and fire that off. Here for base point, it's going to bring you into the block editor. So here's your block, here's all your text. Now this is where you're going to add in the attributes, so you have them for that window. I'm not going to plug them all in, I'm going to plug a few in. Try not to make this video drag on. You're going to come up here, attribute definition, you want to hit that. Start creating these. It is a timely process to make a title block, but it's not. It's helpful in the long run. So you have your tag, prompt, and default. The default, this is where whenever you fill in the field, this default is what'll show up down here. So usually I leave this blank. You can throw in like maybe you have just a typical customer or something's typical and you want to keep it in default just because maybe you never change it. It's usually the same on every drawing. Or you just maybe throw an XXX just to show kind of where all the title block stuff is. But definitely when I would fill out your tag, usually I'll go for tag, I'll do the first word of what these are. So I'll tag it as maybe revision description, and then I'll prompt it as just a quick abbreviation like Rev DESE or something like that. Maybe I'll put company name up here in the tag, and I'll just say like just company, something like just to abbreviate it. And then you want to select your justification. So for like client company, maybe you want a middle. These ones down here, you're going to want usually a left. These ones you probably want a left. This revision bubble here, if you want to keep it centered in there, you're going to want a middle center. So let's go ahead and plug a few in. We'll do the revision one. So I'll just go revision up here. Abbreviate it. Rev number. I don't want to have a default. You can put these field dialog boxes. They're like autofills. You'll see them a lot on Inventor stock title blocks, where you'll have something kind of autofill, or maybe you always want uppercase, always want its first capital. But say maybe you always want you want the Autocad to plug in the scale for you. You don't want to put in that work. You can do. Oh, here it is. Block placeholder. They got scale X, Y, and Z. And then whenever you scale the title block, that scale will always be up to date when you scale the title block to meet whatever you're modeling in model space. This is kind of different from paper space. Paper space is pretty. If you have the title block on paper space, something in model space, title block's always going to be same size. This is more for model space. You can pick all your stuff over here, and you can plug these right in. It'd be real similar to Inventor stock title block. They have those on there. You have your options over here. Maybe make it invisible, constant. You can have a preset, lock the position in, so people can't move it, or you can unlock it so maybe people can move it. So that's the rev number. We're gonna make that middle center. Text style, make it Arial bold, make it annotative. You can rotate it. I'm gonna just bring it in. I'm shooting for the center of this circle. Reverse these. So now I have that centered there. That's an attribute now. We'll plug a couple in more just to show the attribute order. Usually how I at least run things. Let's throw a title. Just make the same title 1. Scaling. And throw in company, finish it off with company name. Try not to hold you guys up. It's pretty quick. So these are now attributes. See, when you click them there, you can edit that, change all your tag prompt defaults if you want. You can always come into this block editor by highlighting your title block. Just right click block editor. You can also edit block in place. I prefer the block editor. Now those are attributes, and what you can do is highlight them. Just highlight one of them, hit attribute order. It's going to show you all the attributes you have so far. Usually what I like to do is I'll just run top to bottom. I'll just order it in a way where whatever has to be filled out most importantly to least importantly. So usually like I'll put all the rev descriptions and stuff at the bottom with the rev number, description, date. I'll throw that all at the bottom because they usually be filled out last. Usually I'll start off with I have company name usually probably be static, so I don't fill out company name. It's pretty static for me. So I usually just leave that permanent, but I usually run like client and the title and just like who drew it, the date that it was drawn, stuff like that. The first revision number over there on the right. That's how I'll order it. You can just move these up or down. It's pretty easy. Organize your entire title block so it's easy to fill out. Hit OK on that. So now we have a couple things in place. We're going to go ahead and save this block. We're going to close out. Now it's not going to work with the attributes on this one. You have to now you have to insert your block. Just come up here to the insert tab or just type in insert. Your insert window is going to pop up. Just want to go ahead and bring in that block that you just created. So here's the one I just created. Go ahead and right click, just double click on it, and now here's your enhanced attribute editor. You have all your stuff here, tag prompt value. You can just go ahead and type in for your value, XXX. And there it is, title 2. Go ahead and SSS, EE, RR. And now you have an auto-filling title block. Now, talking about scale, what I meant was, so if you hit the list command, highlight your block in list command, you see your scale factor. This block is scaled at 1 because I brought it in at the scale I initially created it at, which is an ANSI D size. So whenever you scale this title block up to meet whatever you're modeling, if you're modeling something to size, you scale title block up to fit it in there. You list command, it'll give you your scale factor, and you can use that as your scale. So whenever you print it out on that D size paper like I would have, someone can accurately measure with like a ruler and know the approximate size depending on how close a measurement they're trying to get. But that's what goes in the scale. So if you're usually going to print out 11 by 17, you would want to have a title block in 11 by 17 to scale up instead of another size like D size. If you're usually going to be printing out on D size paper, then it makes sense. And that's what goes into scaling. I'll get into scaling a little bit more another time. But yeah, you can always just right click block editor right there. You can edit your attributes, bring up the window like that as well. If you need to mess with the text in here, the attribute text at least, you can just click whatever one you need to do, come over to text options, change the text style, justification, your width factor, and you have your properties over here as well, what layer you want it to be on. Whenever you bring a title block, you don't want it to have a million layers. It gets kind of, you just want to keep it all in one layer. And that's pretty much what goes in the title blocks, guys. And again, follow what you see on the screen here, and I'll see you on the next video.